What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'll be talking about how to use leveraged trading and margin management in order for you to just have strategies that are actually workable, especially in the crypto markets, where when you leverage trading you're pretty much effectively allowing yourself to amplify your positions, potentially making your profits significant, but also at the same time it poses a lot of risks in terms of if you don't manage your positions very well, it's easy for you to get liquidated. So in this video I wanted to explore the basics of leverage trading first, just the key strategies for managing your margin, and also some tips for mitigating some of the risks that are inherently associated with leverage trading, so that you can actually have a better chance of success, especially in crypto markets, which are very volatile. So I'll cover everything from just the fundamentals, also talk about key ways that you can actually mitigate risks, and also some of the key concepts like liquidations and strategies for also using stop loss orders and that kind of thing, where you're positioning your sizing in a way that allows you to make sure you remove a lot of the risks that will lead to margin calls. So if you like the type of content that I always bring on this channel, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and always head it over to our main site. Decentralized.news is where you'll get the best cryptocurrency exchange reviews, DeFi platforms, NFT marketplaces, anything and everything you want to learn. And also make sure you're using the links in the description. You will see some of my best leveraged trading platforms, and you can also fully review them on our main site, or look at other sites and what they have to say about the platforms that I will recommend. But let's get started with what this video is about, which is making sure we come up with effective strategies when we are trading with leverage. I like to use decentralized exchanges. I like to use some centralized exchanges. Some of my favorite Prime XBT. It's a platform that's been around for many years in the crypto markets. You could use that to do crypto futures, trade with leverage. You can use leverage to trade in the forex markets, CFDs, commodities, and of course crypto. So that's one of my favorite when it comes to centralized platforms. When it comes to decentralized exchanges, I'm using Apex Omni, especially if you know, I've done a lot of reviews about Apex Pro before. They have a new product, which is Apex Omni, which is pretty incredible. I also like using other platforms, decentralized platforms like YFX and G-Trade and so forth. But like I said, all the links are down below. Let's get into the crux of the matter, which is leverage trading today. So if you're new to leverage trading, this is something also called margin trading, which involves borrowing funds to increase the size of your trading position. So this means that as a trader, you can control a larger position with a small amount of capital, potentially amplifying both your losses and also your gains. So the key concepts in leverage is leverage itself, which is the ratio of borrowed funds to the trader's own capital. For example, 10x leverage means you as a trader can trade with 10 times your initial investment. Margin is where you have a collateral requirement to open and maintain a leveraged position, and this percentage can be a percentage of the total trade value itself. Then you have something called liquidations, which is very important to know, because if the market moves against your leveraged position as a trader, your margin may not be sufficient to cover the losses, leading to your position getting liquidated or closed by the exchange to prevent any further losses. So when it comes to the strategies for leveraged trading, risk management is top of the list, because to manage risk effectively is very crucial in leveraged trading to avoid significant losses. To set up a stop loss order is what you need to do, which is something that automatically closes your position when it reaches a predetermined loss level, helping to just limit your potential losses. You can also use take profit orders, which is similar to a stop loss order, but with a take profit order, you can close a position when it reaches a desired profit level and then you can make sure you lock in those gains. Position sizing is another thing that you need to keep in mind, because determining the appropriate position size is based on your risk tolerance and also your account size. So you have something called risk per trade, which defines a percentage of your account that you're willing to risk on each trade. Commonly, traders risk between 1 to 2% of their total trade account. So that's effective position sizing. You have also leveraged use, where you are adjusting leverage based on the volatility of the asset and your risk tolerance. So high leverage increases risk. So you need to make sure you're using leverage in a very sensible way. You also need to think about diversification, because diversifying your trades across assets can mean you're limiting your losses, because you need to make sure you're trading multiple pairs. Avoid putting all your capital into a single trade or asset, and spread your risk by trading multiple cryptocurrency pairs. And also, time diversification is important, because staggering your trades over different time periods can also reduce the impact of a short-term severe market fluctuation. Then you need to now start thinking about things like market analysis, where you're conducting thorough research, market analysis, for you to make informed trading decisions. You need to use technical analysis, which is a use of technical indicators like chart patterns and historical price data to identify potential entry and exit positions. You need to use fundamental analysis, considering the underlying factors influencing an asset's value, such as news or regulatory developments and market sentiment and things like that. You also need to think about effective capital or margin management, so to speak, where you have initial margin and maintenance, where you need to understand the requirements of opening a position and maintaining that leverage position. So initial margin means that this is the amount of capital that's required to open a position. It's also a percentage of your total trade value, and the maintenance margin is the minimum amount of equity that you're required to have to keep that position open. Failing to keep above that, or failing below this particular level, that means that you can have a liquidation or margin call triggered. Margin calls are the best way to handle them basically is to make sure you're monitoring your positions regularly and adjusting that margin level to avoid those calls. You also need to add funds. If margin call occurs, you can add more funds to your account to maintain that position, or you can just simply close the position. Just consider closing the position early to avoid the forced liquidation. And then also using margin calculators. This is making sure that you're calculating before you're entering the trade, using these margin calculators to understand the potential impact of your actual account, adjusting your leverage accordingly based on your margin calculation results, and sizing that position and aligning that to your risk management strategy. Then obviously mitigating and the risks is something that we talked about. Educating yourself, continuously learning, staying updated with market trends and trading strategies is vital. That is why you need to always make sure you are tapping in with decentralized news. We have all of that information on our website. I give you all of that alpha here on the channel. Follow us on all the socials as well. But you need to just also make sure you're following market news, you're learning from other experts, and you're also trading or practicing your strategies with kind of demo accounts, especially if you're using like bots and things like that. So make sure you also stick to your plan and pivot when it's necessary, but don't always just be making impulsive decisions. And making sure you can stomach losses is very essential, because margin trading, especially if you do high leverage, it's likely things can go well or they can go extremely bad for you. So you need to be comfortable with making sure you're only using the amount of capital that you're comfortable losing if things don't work out for you. So at the end of the day, crypto margin trading, all of that is highly rewarding, but it comes with a lot of risks. That's why it's important to make sure you do the due diligence on not only the platforms that you are using, but also the pairs that you're trying to trade, and just making sure you're getting an overall understanding of technical indicators, fundamental analysis, macro sometimes. Analysis also helps, just understanding what's going on in the markets. And all of these things are important and crucial to your making sure that you are doing margin trading and leverage trading the right way. So like I said, make sure you go to the best platforms to do margin and crypto trading on leverage, like PrimeXBT. It's one of the premier platforms that's out there. Make sure you use the link in the description. I have a partnership with PrimeXBT, so I'm making that disclosure. But the real reason I do this type of a partnership is to make sure I'm bringing you, my community, some value. If you use my links, you can get deposit bonuses, etc. There's many tiers that you can qualify for. So make sure you're using that. These promos that I really beg them to make available to my community are only for a limited period. So make sure you're taking full advantage of the time frames that we have, which is a limited time only. Start trading with PrimeXBT, one of the best cryptocurrency exchanges that's out there. It's been around for the longest. Do your own research, but also make sure you check out all the other links in the description. Follow us, and make sure if you want to learn more about crypto or DeFi specifically, make sure you download the book. It's at defi-millionaire.com. It's a free download. Peace, love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.